I want to begin today by speaking directly to families, though we've not gotten to the level of talking about marriage. But I don't know why I'm led to talk to somebody that might be listening to me now that is losing it.
Okay.
I want to begin by speaking to you. Everything around you looks gloomy. It seems as if life is leaving you behind. I just want to talk to you that saying, I don't know what they're talking about. Life doesn't have sense or meaning. We talked about solution journalism. I'm also bringing solution to your life. I just want to let you know that God understands what you are going through, the pains, anxiety. I know there's something about going through frustration, exasperation, despondency, sometimes to despair and obsession, and everything about you is putting you off. I just wanted to hold on. The darkest part of the night is a time close to dawn. It is when it gets dark that you see the beauty of the star. There is hope for you, both for you and your husband or your wife. You might be going through marriage challenges or relationship, and you're like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just frustrated. You are not. That's hope for you. If you can hold on, quitters don't win, and winners don't quit. There's something about you that the enemy is fighting for. There's something about you. There's something great about you. That's why the enemy is fighting you. The enemy doesn't go about vain or chaff. It goes against those who believe that have potentials to destroy it. There must be something about you that everything seems to be breaking apart. But listen, behind your failure is a seed of success. So upon that, I want to welcome you again to this section of discussing about the importance of true love. And by the way, that's not all we're going to be doing in this program. When we are done with Love and Marriage, the other here we're going to be discussing. We're talking from the book I recently published. I've done a lot of books, Overcoming Challenges. I've done Nuggets of Wisdom. I've done quite a good number of them. But we're looking at the challenges of liberation. And upon that, we're looking at challenges of marriage and love. That's what brought us to this level. And before now, we have been able to establish that the foundation of love, that foundation of marriage is not established on love, but understanding. We
Understanding.
said it's not everything you love that you know how to handle.
Yeah.
And now I asked Annie the last time we are having this program, will you want a private jet? Of course, she said yes.
Obviously.
Everybody said yes,
Yes.
and good cars. But I said, do you know how to fly a private jet? She said no.
I will land in the air.
Good. So the truth about it is that if she's landing in the air, there are tendencies
I will crash.
she's not just going to crash. We might not even find where she will land. And that's exactly what is happening to so many marriages. They are landing in the air and they're
And they are
crashing in
crashing.
different places,
They are
crashing in
crashing.
different deserts of life and the worst of them. That is exactly what it is. We also established last week that in some countries, they pay more attention to their roads. That before they allow you drive, you're going to go through a lot of education. They're going to go through a lot of understanding. They're going to put you through tests. They bring you what you call in Nigeria your VIOs,
Yeah.
vehicle inspection officers, to take you through a lot of studies, signs, road signs, how to do this, how to drive. They don't allow you get on the road with your rascality. They put you on check. They want their road safe. And at the end of it all, they put you through an exam. If you didn't pass, they're not going to give you their license. Even when they give you license, they put you on probation. They watch you exhibit what you say you passed. And after a couple of months, they now say you are qualified to drive in this nation.
Okay.
You are satisfied to drive. And that takes you months. But I also say in same nation, in same region, you find people that say they fell in love
I got married.
and got married under 1 week. And I asked the question, is it that their roles are now safer than family? Exactly. And that's why you can say somebody tell you, I've been in about 17 marriages under one road,
In and out.
in and out. So why? When I said it's not just love, because the people who divorced, what did they have before they divorced? The same love we are talking about. That shows that when something threatens love, like sickness, infidelity, disease, there are tendencies that the kind of love which were portrayed, which we're part looking at, might cave in. So we now say that marriage or successful marriage is an application of knowledge and understanding and not expression of love. We said again that wisdom is a principal thing. That's in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, it didn't say get love, say get understanding.
Get understanding.
And last week, I established that you need to understand how we are wired. That was where we stopped. That we are wired differently, both male and female.
And female.
That females are wired, that male are wired for logic, while women are wired with emotional response. I tried to demonstrate how these things work. And secondly, we say male lead with their mind, while the women lead with their heart. They are easily broken because they come to you, they open up. You shouldn't hold them. These are wonderful people that God created, and He created them with that way. They lead with their heart, When they love you, they love you. They give you their all, their heart, they believe you. You know, some people say they press their mumu button. It's not necessarily the mumu button, it's their heart.
It's your heart.
That's the way they are created. Why the man is having sense? I think this lady has papers to UK or US. As soon as I get the paper, I'm on the run. The woman is not thinking that way, she's in love. That's why you see a 78-year-old woman falling for a small boy of 44, and they are laughing. Those of them watching them on social media are laughing because they know what the boy is doing.
He's doing.
He knows that he can't, there's no way he could love really his grandmother. He's only trying to use her to work his papers and desert the poor woman, break her heart, take up her millions of dollars and dump her, which is horrible. But for her, she's loving with her heart. That's why she's pushing
She's
out
open,
her money, pushing out her heart, telling them how he loved them, and people around will be laughing because they know that this is the way this man is wired. I said the language that is heard by a woman is an emotional expression, while the language that is heard by a man. I'm trying to recap what part of the things, although I can't do all now because of time. Part of the things I said, the language received by a woman is an emotional expression, while the language received by a man is an information. I've told you how a man said the wife came back and he told the wife that I saw your friend and she had a low cut.
I say,
that
low cut is your thing now.
Ignited
fire
in the house. So low cut is now your thing. No wonder you don't admire my hair. Everything I've been doing here. The man said it was just an observation. I said I saw your friend. He cut. He said no. So you're not going after.
You
women
can
with
see
no
her hair that is cut, but you can't see my own.
It was war that lasted for almost 1
But
week.
it makes sense.
You know?
You can see low cuts there, but you can't see me making my hair.
That is women for you. But I want to tell you that the man had nothing in mind. But you need to respect the way they are wired.
They're wired.
Wonderful species, wonderful people. That's how God created both the male and the female.
And the female.
Okay? That again, he said women tend to take everything personal. Men do the opposite. We've said it here, which is part of what we're talking about. They take everything personal. So you could come up and say, this thing I'm seeing on television now. You know, it appears that women do this a lot. Say, oh, so that is me now. So you talk to me. I know you're talking to me. You think it's a joke. Fight have started in that house. You're not eating that evening if you're having that kind of hope.
There's no meal that night.
They tend to take everything personal. That is how they are wired. If you're not ready for this kind of thing, don't go into marriage. That's the point we're trying to establish. Why rushing into these things? Because we're not going into marriage today. I don't know whether we'll have time. Because when we have time, I have to look at this point. It says it's not good for a man to be alone. The Bible didn't say it's not good for a man to be single.
What? How is that different?
That's what we need to break down when we start that. It's not good for a man single.
It's not good for a man to be alone.
Being single and alone is not the same. As a matter of fact, you need to be single before you get married.
Not alone.
You encourage not alone. It's not. The Bible saw him and said it's not good for a man to be alone, not single. I do see a lot of young men and women today, and I encourage them. I say before getting into marriage, get single. I have had cases of a young lady just got married. It's not a function of age. Within seconds, I'm running back. What is it? Let me go and report you to my mom. You're not yet single. You need to be single in ideologies and take actions and bear the responsibilities as a young woman. And as a young man, fail, correct yourself and bear the responsibilities. Then you're single. And as a young man, make mistake. Out of your mistake, correct yourself and grow up as a man. The issue of, I'm going to talk to you, but let my uncle. Your uncle is still talking to your mom. Your mom is still in your distance at your how many years in marriage? You're not single yet.
I get it now.
It is good for a man. It's not good for a man to be alone, not single. You gotta be single. A lot of young ladies are not being single. Wait, let me call my mom to cook. Let me call my mom to ask her about this. I can cook for you, honey, but let me get a phone and talk to mama. Get single. Use this period and get single. That's why I said I don't want to rush into these topics.
Yeah.
Anyone, let's take time and understand. Because someone says, I'm tired of being single. You're not even single. You're just alone.
You're just alone.
You're not even single. When you're single, you study to make yourself approved. A workman who doesn't know to be rightly dividing the word. Study books. Get yourself equipped now. Single out yourself. Financially, economically, health-wise. Be somebody of your own. That's the ideology of somebody who now says, okay, I'm ready for this. I'm single. You're not single.
You're just alone.
You're just alone with frustrations and looking whom to transfer the frustrations.
And bringing that into the marriage.
And bringing that to the marriage. And you marry with liability and access.
So you have to see how much of it you're bringing.
The truth is that, like I tell people, if you are bringing anything into your marriage, you're coming with double. If you have money, you're bringing it into marriage. If you also have trouble, you're bringing it. So the most important thing is to get single. So the point there, again, women are interested in the details. Men, on the other hand, are interested in the principles, abstracts, and philosophy. I told you that in a place, a market square, when they get it, if you get it with a woman, she's more conscious about the colors. I love the seats. The pink is my color. Oh, she calls her friend.
See how creamy
I love the red. Oh, come. If you see the seat I'm sitting here with my husband, the pink is killing me. The man is there. How much is the seat, sir? And the man said, The seat is 3 million. Oh my goodness, I won't finish my house. And the woman is not even interested in, oh my God, if I put this color and put the rug on my rug, that is how they are created.
They're already thinking of how to change the duvet.
How the whole thing duvet will change in the house. The man is thinking of, this will finish my project in the village. Oh my God, my money. This is man. Don't say and say my husband is this. And stop comparing. You're going to destroy your marriage with unnecessary, unhealthy comparison. I tell people there's a difference between comparison and unhealthy rivalry. If you want to destroy your marriage, touch the ego of your husband outside. We've not gone into marriage. We'll have a lot to talk about.
We should go into marriage.
Oh my God. And we're still making the foundation for it, because that's why I invite you. Come every Thursday like a family, a friend. Come and learn. It's not just about marriage. We're going to talk about entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about leadership. There's a lot of people are lacking, and you move into ignorance. That's why we're raising babies. You're going to find out that you see that adults that are trapped in children's skin. Somebody that's supposed to be talking maturely is just a baby. So most of these people you see a child now asks for toy. The same thing an adult who didn't overcome toy, when he goes up, he's still struggling with cars. Cars are still toys.
Yes.
They're still toys.
It's just an adult toy.
It's an adult toy that an adult is struggling talking with. Like a doctor was saying 2 days ago, say at this point, people are talking about materialism, not even talking about the future, how they affect the society. They're talking about toys. These are kids that are still, these are adults that are still struggling with childishness. They didn't overcome. And how do you overcome it? Paul the Apostle said, when I was a child, I spoke like a child. I reasoned like a child. I understood like a child. But now I'm an adult. You should put a device. An adult reasons first, understands and speak. But the child speaks, now reason, now understand. You see the difference? Yeah. A child will just talk nonsense. And you're like, what are you talking about? Say, Mom, I'm sorry, it's now I'm picking it up. That's a kid. But you see an adult who just oozes out rubbish. You now call his attention. He says, is that what I said? You're still a child. Because the characteristics of a child is he talks first, he now reasons, he now understands, the book of Corinthians says. But an adult should first of all reason, understand, then talk. Because the child of God stood there to answer. You don't just open your mouth, you're talking nonsense. The problem is that we don't know the power of speech. Whether you're in government, that's transition. So when you said, okay, I have commissioners, ministers, or whatever, take them through training. All right? That's what I do. Coaching programs. Bring your people together. Coach. It doesn't matter the parastatal you find yourself. Your words are powerful. A governor, just like the president came up and said, subsidy is gone. Maybe he didn't know how powerful that was.
Yeah.
You need to know your words. You have the power of life and death. The governor is just like a judge. A Supreme Court just, I have a sentence you to death. The person is dying. Your words are powerful. But you should know the level you get to begin to know how to use your words. Now, you're no longer an ordinary person. The governor comes here and I close this road. You think you're joking. Ministry of Work will shut it down. Yes. Maybe people will start dying. And you're like, how did he do? I thought it was a joke. No, at this point, say you don't joke. Words are serious. The same thing in marriage. Learn how people process words between husband and wife. Understand it. What kind of woman did you marry? Do you marry a tomboy? Who you speak to anyhow, they understand. A friend of mine was saying, when his dad quarreled with his friend, both of them gave themselves vituperate words. His dad slept and the guy went home. Just a couple of hours later, the guy drove back to the house and was knocking at. They said, Dad, he's back. They said, this man want me to kill him this night. He said, no, I didn't come for fight. I just want to come and find out. After our quarrel, I gone back to the house, not slept. I want to come and find out whether your father is sleeping, because the bad words he told me has not allowed me to sleep. Whether his own, I told him.
Has also kept him awake.
He's also giving him insomnia. There are people that can't handle bad words.
Yes.
There are some women that I don't care what you have, don't use bad words on her. She will drop your car key for you. Just be peaceful with her. Words can be very destructive. And there are words you can't take back.
Oh, yes.
There are words you can't. Don't say, okay, honey, though I called you I don't know how you put it in English. You know, when you want to insult people, you use English. You're a lady of easy virtue. You just call somebody a very foul word. And you're not sure can buy you a Jeep. It doesn't cover it. You're going to keep your car because that word is going to haunt her. You know, let me tell you something. People don't know that emotional disease and sickness is more painful than the physical one. The doctors right away can handle the physical one, give you the necessary antibiotics, treat the wound, keep it clean, and it heals like 4 or 5 days. There are emotional wounds that will stay for 7 years.
Hasn't healed.
It hasn't healed. There is emotional breakdown. That's why this program is very important. Stop breaking people's hearts. I know a gentle lady that gave her all. I told
Can you repeat that part? Stop breaking
people's heart unnecessarily.
They're not hearing.
But the truth is, I have a young lady who gave her all. That's the heart we're talking about.
Yeah.
While the mind was following with mind. Bringing up money and everything. Do you know she put her in a family way? She was at the hospital. The doctor said, you can't make it. We're going to flush the baby. So while she was going through that flushing and losing her strength and whatever, they asked her, your husband has not been here. You need to eat. At this point, we're done. Do you know this guy was at the airport rushing out?
Of the country.
And wrote a note. As I write this and as you read this, I know you have not been a good person. That's why they're even flushing your baby. I'm on my way out of the country. Take care of your miserable life. Well, she managed through the hospital routines and pains and whatever. They gave her hospital food. She was okay and went through that pain, crying all through. They gave her this and said, let me go and find out why I didn't see him. But we usually keep key because two of us live somewhere at the front, whatever mat or something. Instead of putting the mat and the key, they saw a small paper. Exactly what I just read to you now.
What was that?
Please take care of your miserable life. As you read this, don't further calling me or whatever. I am going out of the country and out of your life, out of your miserable life, not just life. How do you feel that lady is going to do? She got into that place, got down and looked up. What do you do when you don't know what to do? What you do when life is facing you with frustration, everything looks bleak, everything looks like, that's why I talked about hope.
Yes.
At that point, she went to the kitchen, picked a knife. I'm telling you real life story. Picked a knife, went straight to the burner, on the light, and put the knife there until it turned red. Why calling the sister who lived outside the state and said, as you don't bother yourself, just like my husband told me. Don't bother yourself calling because before you come here, I'm gone. The sister said, keep the phone on. I know I'm not against, because you know that some people don't follow them anyhow when they're at that point in their life. Yeah. She's losing it, everything around her, everything she has invested, the love, the faith, the trust has just been broken in a second. You know what saved her? That knife. And ask me how. She didn't kill herself. What she did was to take that knife, put it on that burner, it turned red, she placed it on her lap. That screaming was like a detoxing. I believe that she transferred what I could call the pains and the emotion, everything, into the physical one. The emotional one is more painful than the physical one. That was where this thing came. When she screamed, that was transferred. Do you know what you do when you cause people emotional pains? When you say it doesn't matter. When you do business with someone and somebody brings all the earnings they have done for like 10 years
to invest,
and you disappear with it and off your phone and laughing somewhere and drinking and calling them mumu. And the person looks at the ceiling and say, well, I'm really mumu and I need to end it because I love this guy and I believe in this guy and everything. So that's why we need to understand the way we are wired. Don't take advantage of the way people are wired. There are some innocent men too. They believe in you. They love you. They don't know what you're doing. They be careful the way you break people that are wired that way. Spiritually, in spiritual things, men focus on what? Women focus on how. Those days, mom came back. My mom, my late mom, bless her soul, and my dad. I said, Ralph, that's my late dad. Oh my goodness, the priest is awesome. My dad said, what? I can't. In that's women for you. Yeah. Oh, hallelujah. Rababa shata mama. What is it? He said, I can't believe this. I won't believe it. He said, what is it? What is it? That's meant for you. He said, he rose the dead. The baby rose. The baby, oh, bloody be to God. Jesus. The whole house was on fire. And dad said, all right, that's meant for you. All right, take him further. My mom said, how? To the morgue. He said, we told you that the baby, right? Why you take it? No, not the baby. If he's raising the dead now, why are we having overflow in our various?
You should go to the morgue and raise all of them there.
That's a man for you. Man is not just the one you come up and tell, miracle this happen, and they believe you. And one funny thing and the way they are wired is this. Any day they tell you yes. Whether it's a church, whether it's your program, they are in. But it doesn't take you 1 month.
Yeah, like it does with the woman.
That's every Sunday he's reading his newspaper. And you still be the one to come back. Honey, he said, what? That our pastor is a froster. I said, hey, try another one. He won't go. But any day he tells you I'm in. If you like, he leave. He's not leaving. No. He would have processed it. Who is this guy? Is he my fellow guy, man? Is he exploiting my wife? You won't know he's processing. Yeah. Every Sunday he'll look and laughing. He's making his inquiry. He's not, men are not the type that, hey, honey, if you see this is where he plays, joins. No, he man will join you. No.
That is the way they are wired.
They're wired.
That's why they will take guy man cannot get another guy man. You tell him close your eyes, he will open one eye. That's that's something that might happening now. Miracle will fall from heaven. He will open one eye to check. That's how they are wired. Women you don't also insult them because that's how they get blessed. That crying, those days we lost dad. Everybody was screaming in the house. The women, you don't know they are detoxing their pains. Detoxing all those frustrations of losing a loved one.
That wound
they don't
for
carry
long.
it. All of us were like, swell. Men don't cry. That was why we ended up in ECG. Because then the following week, everybody was in pain.
Because you
are
were
busy
piling on
packing and piling pains. Real men don't cry. Who told you? Told you that nonsense. Real men don't cry. I die in frustration. Everything about it. Cry out and get help. Telling me real men don't cry. And everything around you is breaking it. That, as much as it's high wired, check up your wires. Check up your transformer. Check up your circuit breaker. Something is going wrong. Open up and let somebody know. That's what we're talking about. Find out how men and women are wired. A man's mind is like a filing cabinet, while a woman's mind is like a computer. Organizational structure. Most women tidy the house. That is what it is. They come into, you see a man that is living in a woman comes and say, no, I'm turning this off. That's how, and let me tell you, if you're a man, that's something, I don't know, it's intuition, it's revolutionary. That's something God gave women in it. You can stop your wife, it's your business. When a woman say, honey, I'm not very comfortable with this guy that comes here. Check it out.
There's something.
I don't know how they get that to. I don't know however it comes. Honey, you see this guy? He said he gave you 1 million. Praise God for him. But there's something about him that's not clicking. Check out your friend. That guy is, just check him.
There'll be something fishy somewhere.
Something fishy somewhere. You don't know. This is something, a gift that God gave the men neglect. That's why they die before time. He keeps swinging it like, there's something about this guy. I don't know. And you see that guy all over your house. He comes in with his sweet mouth. Your wife said, yes, he's your friend. He's helping you do whatever you think is helping you. I don't know why I'm not yet. You see the man rushing back there, honey? God will bless you. But that's when he's late. God will bless you. He said, why is God blessing me? You see that, my friend? He's a froster. He's a this. But he was telling you.
She has been saying
there's something God blessed them with that. I don't know how many time we have where they can take calls.
Let's take calls, please. We've got very little time left.
Because we still have a lot to talk about. But I want to specially invite you for our Thursday meeting.
Yes.
Come as families, come as
4
friends.
p.m.
Yes, if you are the numbers we still give you, they can still direct you how to get to the auditorium at Save a Life, 48 York Street by Stadium Road. Come around and be blessed. There's a lot to teach. There's a lot you need to know. Are you a young man that has a success intention? You're somebody that wants to grow in life and be able to get to the next stage of life. Your entrepreneurial ideas, you don't know how to explore them. You have a platform now where you can come and get trained and get tutored and get coached. Are you a young lady or young man or already married or sorry that you are married? You have an opportunity this Thursday by 4 p.m. Please try as much as possible. Book your seats by calling somebody. I'd like to be part of that program on Thursday.